up, my lovely females? This is your boy Costa, your host for the evening. Behind me is Thomas Cub's house. Today is Thomas Cub's birthday, and this is Project X. Yo.
Welcome to Out of My Mind, the podcast to declutter the mind and be good for the soul. I'm your host, like every evening, Miss Kathy. We're back. I feel like I've been off for like a couple months doing this. I mean, I haven't been off like not posting anything. I've just been off like not doing videos because I wrapped up season 1, but I was a little late on it. Oh well. If you haven't watched that video, watch it. It's with Miss Sherry, by the way. That was my last video of season 1. I don't know, this whole like just going into a new year. We started 2024. We're in March. My birthday just passed. I'm a Pisces.
When's yours?
March the 3rd.
Gay boy.
Hate you, Winehouse.
No, do you know, what are you, does that mean you're Pisces?
Yeah.
You know what that means though?
No.
If you're Pisces, it means you're gay. Oh, come on now.
Twice? It's not as funny the second time.
If you didn't know already, because I wear it like a fucking goddamn alumni or something. But yeah, my birthday just passed. I started off the new year. Christmas, I didn't do nothing. I don't think I did anything. I think I just stayed home and like messed around with my dog, Scooby. Yeah, I have a dog. I mean, typical, you know, in my 20s, I have a dog, my own shit. So, you know, hate to toot my own horn, but toot toot. But yeah, so what can I like touch base on? I really wanted to do this episode to like open up season 2. I can't believe I finished season 1. That was 10 episodes that I did with different guests, solo episodes, talking a lot about mental health is what I was kind of driving for that whole season. So I hope it was able to portray and start a new beginning for me. Starting off this podcast, I was very nervous, of course, and it was weird, and I was scared, and everything freaked me out. And I'm a huge perfectionist, so if nothing is perfect to me, I just don't want to fucking do anything or upload anything, and people say I need to work on that, which I am. Yeah, Christmas I didn't do anything. Most of my friends were busy, you know, with families and shit like that, so didn't do anything there. What comes after Christmas? New Year's, I went to a New Year's Eve party. That was fun. I like stayed up all night, I think. Took some flicks with my friends. I'm trying to think what else has happened. Because I feel like I should like inform people on like what I have going on. So you guys don't think I'm like just reading from a script and like super like whatever. Honestly, like it's very hard. Oh, this is funny. So somebody sent me a post and they were just like something about being a ghost or I'm not even real or something like that, because I post that I go out, but 99% of the time if I post that I'm somewhere, I'm most likely not there anymore. I done left the building. I'm no longer there. Maybe because that's just how I was raised. Like you just don't tell people where you're at and what you're doing like in that moment, like right then and there. I'm not saying like I have a bounty on my head or anything, but I'm just saying like just to be safe and not run into people. Like I normally, every time I post it, I'm either somewhere or I went out. It's either the day before or it's like a couple hours before and I'm no longer even at that place anymore. That's just how I personally like to move. I don't like everybody being in my business. I never understood people posting like every minute of the day, like new food, new this. Here I am, just parked, got food, this, then I went shopping, then I did this. Like that's cool if you're a vlogger and everything like that. Like kudos to you. You want to share every aspect of your life. But it's very hard to try to be an entrepreneur and have a private life at the same time. So I try my best to like post stuff that is like relatable and like sceneries and stuff like that. Now mostly about what I'm doing in the moment, because like not for nothing, like sometimes I need my own privacy. Like I don't need everybody and their mama in my business, okay? I like to hold a private life. I like to surround myself around a certain amount of people and I like to share my experiences with only a certain amount of people. So if you're hearing about me, the messenger is probably expired. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. And I don't know, I just feel like life has just been lifing, literally. I'm staring at these flowers because they're like dead now. I have to throw them out. But yeah, talking about flowers, time by myself. I really love my alone time. Like, I've fucking, first it was like tapping my feet into it, like just putting a little toe in the water. But like now I'm like swimming, I'm like doing acrobats, I'm like fucking flipping out of the water. Like, I just love my alone time. Like, I love to read my books on my patio, minding my business. I love to drink my wine. I like to cook my dinner alone. Once you find, like, my whole entire season 1 explains like kind of my journey of learning how to be in solitude, but once you're like in it, bro, you don't want to get out of that shit. I'm sorry, like, being around people, I get overstimulated. I just get like not annoyed of people, because I think everybody is unique in their own way and everybody brings something to the table. But like, personally for me, my social battery just like drains, and I'm just like over it. Like, I don't even want to mess around with people anymore. And to each their own. Like, I guess that's just how I am and just how I've done my life of things. Like, as you get older, I feel like you're supposed to lose friends and you're supposed to start being on your own, because like, what if it all goes away one day? You know what I mean? Like, what if it like all just stops and you're just solely by yourself? Like, how are you going to contain with being by yourself? Because you're always surrounded by people. You can't be alone. You can't get off your phone. You can't be alone. You have so-and-so calling you, this person trying to get info on you. Some people are trying to go out. Like, I bet there's a lot of people that just can't be alone. And like, that sucks. That honestly sucks, because like, what do you do with yourself when you're alone? Your mind is going at 100%, like, fatality. You're literally about to fucking kill yourself. I mean, murder yourself. Just because like, your mind is just constantly going, and you occupy your time with hanging out with people because you think that's what's going to quiet your mind out, when realistically you're the only person that can shut off your brain and tell your brain to stop doing what it's doing, not other people. So yeah, anyways, I keep sidetracking. I'm not gonna lie, I do that a lot. Like, if you just hang out with me normally, like on a regular basis, like, I will just like tell you 5 to 6 stories in like one story, but they all add up to the same thing. Like, literally, there's like a point of why I just told you all 6 of these stories. And then if you've been my friend long enough, you know that I get sidetracked like really fast. And then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like, I just have to say it right now, because if I don't get out of my mouth, like, I'm just gonna forget about it. Like, literally, everybody always tells me, like, tell me before you forget, because I will literally forget. Like, I forget a lot of shit all the time. And sometimes when I have to like relay a message to somebody, I even get that shit confused, because I'm like, bro, why can't you just tell the person yourself? Why you gotta fucking go to me like I'm a goddamn messenger? I never even said that. Like, when you play that telephone game in school, and like, you used to like fucking go around the circle and like tell everybody like something, and then when it got back to the main person, like, it was totally off. Yeah, that's just me, because I forget stuff. Like, if it's not that important, I will literally forget. And then I'll be like, I will literally say like, don't quote me on this, or like, this might not be word for word what they said, but I can give you the information. Now, if it's gonna be correct, I don't know. I really don't know. You're just gonna have to trust me, because that's just what it is. But yeah, like, I don't know. I've just been feeling like starting this podcast has opened a lot of doors for me. I've been trying to be more friendly and like trying to get out of my bubble and trying to like get people's compliments. And like, I suck at when people give me compliments. Like, somebody could be like, oh my God, you're doing so great. And I'm just like, yay. Like, I don't like, not that I'm like bad at compliments, I just don't know what to do in the moment. Like, I just want to give somebody a hug and give them a kiss on the forehead and be like, oh my God, you're so amazing, thanks for that nice ass compliment. But I don't do that, because that's not like okay, and you can't be kissing everybody on the forehead. But that's just like, in my head, like, I feel like that's like the satisfaction of me getting a compliment. I just give you a big hug and then give you a kiss on the forehead, and like, you go on your way, and then that's it. But like, when people DM me and like I get compliments, it's just like really hard for me to like answer back, because I'm just like, where's this conversation gonna go once I like the message, or I say thank you? Like, what's gonna happen afterwards? Like, what am I gonna say? Am I gonna keep up a conversation? You're gonna ask me what my favorite color is? Are we gonna like get into something else? Are you gonna ask me if I know this person? Like, I don't know. You never know what other people's intentions are, so that's why I just be like ignoring everybody half the time. And I know that sounds mean, because I'm not a mean person, but I'm just saying, like, why start a conversation when you know it's not gonna go anywhere? That's just how I feel about stuff. Like, it's really hard for me even to, like, date or, like, even try to talk to guys because I'm horrible. All I can really say is, like, me being funny is just my best trait. Like, personally, I think I'm funny. I think my friends, maybe people that know me, can say that I'm a little bit funny. I've been making people giggle. Like, not just because I want to. Like, I don't really sit there and be like, oh my God, gotta write jokes down because I have, like, a full set of people I'm gonna, like, do stand-up comedy for. Like, no, I just, like, am naturally just... I be making people a kiki all the time. Even at work, like, we could be sitting in meetings and then, mind you, I got a big girl job. So, like, when we sit in meetings, it's like business. But then I be, like, sitting there with my Crockies on. And, like, I'm the youngest out of the group, by the way, like, where I work at. So I'm working with a whole bunch of grown folks. And, like, I just be sitting in meetings sometimes and I just be, like, thinking in my head, I'd be like, damn, what am I gonna do after this? Or I'd be, like, thinking about my plans for the weekend, or I'd just be thinking, and then when they call on me, like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. They can't catch me slipping. You will not catch me slipping. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But in my head, I be daydreaming a lot. So, like, if I'm in a setting with, like, other people, like, I love hanging out in, like, a group of 3, because, like, the other people can entertain each other, and then I could just, like, stare off into space and, like, be on my phone or, like, do something else. I think a lot of people hate that I do that, honestly. Like, I just get mute out of nowhere. So if we're, like, hanging out, oops, sorry, excuse me, I burp and it's disgusting, but I don't care. But yeah, if we're, like, hanging out and I'm just, I don't know, like, I went out recently with my sister and one of my ex-coworkers, and we went out for my birthday. We're, like, in downtown St. Pete at, like, a bar, and we're all like in good conversation and everything like that, and I, like, happened to, like, I don't know, maybe I was just getting too lit throughout the day and, like, my brain started shutting off, but I honestly think I was just daydreaming and, like, I stopped talking. Like, they were having a full-blown conversation and I just, like, excused myself out of it and I just sat there. And then everybody's like, are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, are you fine? Like, are you mad? Are you upset? Do you want to leave? Do you want to go? And I was just like, no, bro, I just be daydreaming. Like, I hate to say that, but I really just be daydreaming all the time. People are like, stop living in fantasy land. I'm like, bro, I just can't help it. This brain is just, like, fucking immaculate. I really can't. Like, it's just, oh, and by the way, shout out to my mom. She got me this coconut hydrate, coconut oil, Palmer's 48-hour moisturizer. Fucking gas, bro. Because my lips be getting dry a lot, so lip gloss don't work out. It only works for a certain amount of time, but, like, everything else just, yeah, it's just, like, not. It's not what it is. It wasn't giving. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. But yeah, what else happened? I feel like I'm catching up. I feel like I'm on FaceTime. Don't judge me. I be getting too comfortable sometimes. But January, what did I do? I'm trying to think. January was New Year. Oh, my car broke. Okay, right? New Year starts off, transmission blows in my car. Oh my God. If you're a girl and you don't have a boyfriend or a dad or, like, any male figure that is smart enough to help you out with shit, yeah, just go sit down and cry in a corner for a little bit, because that's exactly what I did. Because once my transmission blew, like, I tried so many times. I had a Fiat. She was cute. She had her run, though, so that's the thing. She had her run. She was, like, old, like dirt old. Like, I was, like, 16 with a permit picking up people in that car because I was reckless and not that smart with doing shit. But yeah, I sneak out of my mama's house and take the Fiat and, like, whip it to, like, all my homeboys and my homegirls. And then once I got my license, by the way, I failed my license test, like, once, but then I got it on the second try because the guy that I had the first time, told you, just switched, like, 3 different stories. The guy that I had the first time was, like, not it. I just couldn't understand him. So that's a confession. I failed my driving test the first time I tried to take it because, I don't know, it was bad communication on his end. I just couldn't fucking understand him. And I think I did like a turn and he was like, wrong, stop the car. And I was just like, damn, bruh. Like, I drove here anyway, so I'm just gonna have to drive myself back home. So that happened. But anyways, going back to the Fiat, that's the story of the Fiat. It's just an old fucking car. So transmission blew on me, couldn't get the gears out, was crying, calling everybody, trying to fucking figure it out. I held onto the car for like a good minute. I was without a car for a month. Now imagine living in the city and you're without a car for the month. Bro, you know how much money I was spending on Ubers? This ain't New York, baby. You can't just walk around everywhere. Like, you deadass have to get a car. If you're in the city, you know, there ain't no walking. I mean, you can take the bus, but I'm just a girl who wants to take a goddamn bus. So I took Ubers, whatever, Ubers and Lyfts. So I was doing that for a little minute, and then I was gonna fix the Fiat, but then they were like, oh, it's gonna be like 3-4 bands for like you to get your car fixed. So like, you choose what you want to do. And I'm like, I'm in my 20s. I'm basically broke. I'm paying a whole bunch of fucking bills. I'm trying to live my life. So yeah, fuck it. I just sold the car. I retired it. So salute to the Fiat and all of its memories that went down with it. Transmission blew on that hoe. I couldn't fucking change gears or anything. It was sitting there for a month just collecting dust. I was afraid they were gonna tow it regardless in my apartments because they do that shit because they're corny. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sell it and do my big one and go buy a car, pay that hoe off. Kudos to me, big dog. But yeah, like, I feel like when you're a girl and like car situations happen, like you should be able to like pull out like a little mechanic out of like your wallet, purse, or whatever, and like prop him up, and like he just pops up and then like he fixes all your problems for your car. I mean, not like every time for every single shit that you need. Like, you have a little pop-up guy. Like, that would be cool. Like, and then you just put them away, like fold them back up when you're done. That would be sick. Yeah, that would be cool. But anyways, yeah, so my car broke, got a new car. I know, good things coming out 2024 because it's the year of the dragon, people. The year of the dragon. So that's the year of karma as well. So if I were you, I would do as much good karma as you can in the world today, like even starting right now. Because if you keep being a negative person and keep putting evil things out into the world, that's all that's going to come back to you, people. Like, I feel like people don't really understand that whatever you put out into the world just comes back to you in 10 times harder in 10 times different ways. So the more that you're like zen and like calm with life and like you just go with the flow with things and you just try to put as much good energy as you can out, dude, everything will fall into place. Last year, I was sitting on my ass. Not that I was sitting on my ass, because I wasn't. Let's get that shit clear. I was not sitting on my ass. But I mean, like, metaphorically, I was like sitting on my ass. Like, I was just like going through it. I was sad a lot. And then going to therapy and shit just makes it like, on a weekly basis, it was just a lot. But I wouldn't be able to feel the way I do now if I didn't go to therapy. So go to therapy. It's great. I'm going to keep reminding you because I'm not playing. People really need to get the help that they need, regardless of who you are, what you're doing, where you're at. Go seek help ASAP because mental health is great. And you should work on your health, because if you don't work on your health, you don't work on your mind, your whole body will be fucked up. And you don't want that for yourself. Because that would suck. Because then you can't do anything else about it. Once your body's messed up and you're like dying, that's it. Case closed. Done. Over with. Yeah, so that was January. February hit, Valentine's Day. Popped my shit for that. That's when I actually got my car. So I was out the whole month of January without a car. February came, got myself a whip. Valentine's Day came, popped my shit then. Because I just sat home and like didn't do anything. But that's okay. I'm just a fucking girl. I'm a girl and I just turned 22. I've only been 22 for like a couple days, which is straight. I think I always forget in my mind that I'm just 22. I always got to remind myself. Like when I journal, I'd be like, I'm just 22. Like, I'm just young. Like, this happens in people's life. Like, I got to stop being so hard on myself about shit. But my mind is just so much older. So like, I think right now, even though I'm 22, I think I should be like a fucking millionaire right now. And I should be living in a mansion and driving like 6 cars. And I should live like Kim K's life. But I gotta remember that my path is different from others. So if I gotta struggle a little bit and I gotta hustle a little bit and I gotta sprinkle a little bit of this and a little bit of that onto my path, so be it. I'll figure it out like I always do. But yeah, that was February. I have a horrible memory. Sometimes I'd be joking around like, oh damn, I'm getting Alzheimer's, but then I'd be like, that's something not to joke around about. But yeah, I do be forgetting shit a lot. Trying to think. Oh, yeah. So that was February. February was kind of like meh. It was like I went out like to Bacon Bitch, I think. Oh yeah, I did. Was that February? Yeah, I went to Bacon Bitch for the first time. It was okay. Food was mid. Experience was straight. Maybe because I just liked the music that they were playing, but like drinks were straight too. But like the whole getting called a bitch the whole time you're there, like I don't know. For me, it's like, I'd rather just like go to like a rude ass fucking restaurant. Like they have those. They literally have people that just fucking are mean to you the whole time. And then having like a pretty girl call you a bitch, you're just like, what, dude? I don't know. I don't like it. Not my fave. I give it like the experience was pretty good, so I give it like a 7 out of 10. Like maybe a 6.5. 6.5. We'll just leave it there. But it was like okay. It wasn't like the best. Oh, I've had brunch at better places. Let me just say that. But yeah, that happened, and then I'm trying to like try out new things like each month at least. Like at least try something that I've never done before, and like I've never been to Bacon Bitch, so like cross that off my bucket list. Like it needs to be or anything, but like I don't know, for me, like starting the new year, I definitely wrote down my goals. Not like New Year's resolutions, like I'm gonna be some transport fucking robot and I'm gonna do all this awesome shit, but like just writing down goals for myself for the year, like just making sure that I do shit the correct way and not like fall on my ass or like try to be so hard on myself, because regardless of the situation, like we are all just doing what we can do to be able to live the life that we want to live. So like as long as you put a little bit of things in order to get yourself on that path, then you should be good to go. But like trying to put myself on a schedule every single day and like doing all this crazy shit and working my ass off and like not sleeping and like putting myself through shit for no reason, like dude, I can't do that anymore. Like I can't. Like I've grinded so hard for so many years since I was so young, and like now I'm in control of my own life, and now I don't have to listen to anybody. Like if I don't want to talk to nobody, like I stated millions of times, I'll shut my phone off and not answer back. Like I personally don't care. That's just me. That's just that's just my opinion on the situation. And like just having the podcast and seeing how much people like actually genuinely like me yapping is crazy. Cause like who would literally drive or like be at work or like anything else and like listen to me talk? Like that's crazy now that I think about it. But like I didn't think like the podcast would do as great as it's doing now. I mean, it's the small wins, people. I'm not Call Her Daddy, and I'm not like a Jay Shetty podcast or a Joe Rogan's podcast. Like I'm literally like just a little tiny baby podcast. But a tiny baby podcast could be like in 5 years, like something fucking huge and great. So I'm gonna keep working because mama got a dream, okay? Mama trying to get herself out of this place and get herself into better situations and do what's right for herself and put myself first, because I will be standing on business all 2024, okay? I'm not putting anybody in my circle that does not need to be there. I ain't sitting at the table with people that are rude and disrespectful and don't treat me with the fair kindness that I deserve. I'm not going to listen or put up with anybody else's bullshit for the rest of the year. You got a problem, you fix it. And that's just what it is. But yeah. I don't know. I'm just in this new energy of like just doing better for myself and feeling better. I felt like last year I was very sad and I just was going through a lot emotionally, trying to figure myself out. And not said I'm healed, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I'm not saying everything else is great in life, but I'm just saying like where I'm at in life right now. If you asked me a couple months ago, I wouldn't even be telling you any of this right now. Like I would be like, you're a liar. You're lying. Get out of my face. You're a liar. But look at me. I'm thriving somewhat, and I just want to be as real, as authentic I can be. even though there is a camera in front of me, like I really try my best to make people comfortable, make it feel like a more natural experience. Even though I have a shit ton of questions for you or for myself, I feel like being in a podcast, it should not feel like so like reported, like we're doing a full-blown interview on like the Today Show or something, or like a morning show, or like some crazy fucking interview show. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to move up to that eventually, like Kelly Clarkson, Drew Barrymore, like those are the women that I look up to. The View, like just talk shows in general, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel at Night, like all those shows I look up to. Whenever you are a podcaster, you definitely want to go into something like that eventually, but baby steps. That could be me in like 10 years, so don't ever hold your breath. But yeah, I don't know, this whole journey, I keep saying I don't know and like. I don't know and like are like my two favorite words to use, and I don't know and like. I should like put a count of how many times I've said that already in here. Shit, I had something in my... But what are we in March? Yeah, we're March 11th. Damn, it's only been 2 months. Damn, it feels like we're like in the middle. Maybe because I'd be looking into months like ahead of time, because that's what I do for my job. I schedule people too, so like I just be looking into months ahead of time all the time. So like I'd be living like 2 months ahead, even though we're in March right now. So right now in my head we're in the summertime. Right now we're just in spring. So my bad. But yeah, this season I really wanted to focus more on just introducing more guests. I know these solo episodes, don't worry, I'll keep doing them, maybe just for a shorter time, but I definitely wanted to have more guests onto the show. I wanted to speak more about music. And this season, I mean, I'll keep on with like my movies and TV recommendations, my book recommendations and stuff like that, but I really wanted to focus on music now, just because I feel like people be questioning my taste in music a lot. They be like judging me and they be like, oh, you don't listen to that. And baby, I could rap you a whole song in like literally the full song minutes. So if it's like a 3-minute song, I got you. Depending on who the artist is though, because I don't be listening to like every single rapper there is, because some of them just ain't good and y'all just gonna have to face it. That's just what it's gonna be. That's just how it is. I'll listen to some of their music, but not all of their music. And knowing my ability in like music and like what I know and like who I listen to and how deep I go into like my playlist on Apple Music, I think I have like 10, 11, maybe not even, maybe like 8, 9, 10 playlists, and all of something different. Literally, I've worked on these playlists for so long, and every single playlist is coordinated to the way I want it, the title that I want it, the picture I want it, and like who's supposed to be in that specific playlist, because like I have different moods for music and I don't just listen to one genre, because like I don't know, it's boring just listening to one specific type of music and that's all you listen to. Like my background in music is extensive. Like I used to play a lot of instruments when I was younger. I've always liked to sing. I know people are like, ew, you sing? Yeah, watch it. That's a secret talent of mine that I don't tell anybody. But if you're here and you just hear me singing sometimes out of nowhere, I just bust out into singing like I'm in a fucking musical or something, like a weirdo. But yeah, I've always loved musicals. I've always been into music. I've always played instruments. I used to play, I remember the piano, but not as much. I used to play keyboards more than like the grand piano. I used to play an orf, which is, I know it's weird. People are like, orf, what the fuck is that? But they're like xylophones. So I used to play the xylophones. I used to play the drums. I played acoustic guitar, but I never got into like electric guitar or bass. But basses I've always wanted to learn how to play. It's kind of the same shit, but like, you know, different, like, I don't know, ways you play it. I know how to read music. I played the violin for like a couple years, and then after that I went to the Strass Center to perform once. That was pretty fucking cool. For like my school, I played there, and then I did like some stupid dance thing at like one of my middle schools where like I gathered a whole bunch of people and like we practiced after school for dance. I don't know, I just always liked music, and I've always liked the what it does to bring people together, basically. Like, if there's music anywhere, like, you know that there's gonna be happiness, gathering, like seeing what music does to people and like how it makes people feel and like the different genres and like different ways that music is played and what instruments go into it, and just being well versed in it's one of my things, I guess. I was trying to like be cute with it, but yeah, having the background that I do in music definitely opens a lot of doors for me, because people will be like, oh, she just listens to them because she listens to them. No, baby, like, I do my extensive background on the person that I'm listening to, because for me, music is my outlet. Music is my therapy. Music allows me to be able to be as creative as I want, to be able to just listen to a song and understand what that other person was meaning to say and how it resonates with you. So that's why I mostly want to talk about music and like what type of songs that I like and what kind of music that I want to put you guys onto and what kind of music that you guys might want to put me onto to listen to, since I'm so well versed in like different genres and I want to get into other music and I want to start listening to what other people listen to, just because it's just not good to, even in a lot of other things, to be stagnant on like one just thing. Like, you're just right here, that's it, no outside of the bubble, no anything. Like, you can't live your entire life like that. So I definitely like starting in this new season, I want to be more open. I want to be able to be more fun with it, not be so like by the book with everything, because maybe I was studying too much. When I study, I go crazy, but I really want to give what I know I can give to this podcast, and I know that I'm able to change the way people view me or anybody that is I have on the podcast, even if it's somebody you know, even if somebody you don't know. Like, just being able to hear everybody's side of the story and just to be able to explore different ways and just to talk. Like, I'm a fucking yapper, bro. Who says I don't like yapping? Like, it's a yap queen to some, but to others I'm like really shy and like I don't say much. I just want to be great, guys. I just want to be great. That's it. I know I'm great, and I know I have the potential to be greater than I am now, but it's always a bummer in the back of your head when you think like you're not good enough, or when you don't feel like this is going anywhere, or like, I think the other day, like when I was looking at my views on like my podcast episodes, like I think my latest one that I dropped at the time was like 10 views, maybe. I had like 9 views. And I was like sitting there and I was like, bro, I can't believe I only got like 10 views. I thought this was going to be like the one. I thought this was going to be it. But then like I have like that voice in the back of my head that's just telling me like, don't give up. Your day could be tomorrow. Like, you could make it tomorrow. Like, you could literally be on top of the world tomorrow. It literally happens like in the blink of an eye. You post something, you do something, you show out in your way that puts you on the map, like, you're going to be good to go. So, like, I always put that in the back of my head, like, you can't give up now. Like, you work too hard to be where you're at now to be able to just give up. Tomorrow could be your day. Like, tomorrow could be the day that you wake up and, like, boom, you have so much subscribers, or boom, your business just took off, or boom, so many people are fucking scheduling with you, or trying to get your business up, or trying to take your services with them wherever they're at. Like, if you just give yourself one more day to, like, prove to yourself, or just, I don't know that everything that happens is always going to be for a reason. No matter if it's good, bad, scary, you don't know what's going to happen, and you just feel like your back is kind of pushed against the wall and you just want to give up, that's the best time to honestly just keep going. Because, like, there's been multiple times where I've stressed myself out and I just, like, want to give it all up. Like, I just want to be like, bro, I want to give up paying bills. I want to give up doing this. I want to give up doing that. But, like, if I give up, I'm just putting myself in positions to fail. Like, even though the little failures feel so big to somebody like me, like, I just feel like the moment I give up on myself is the moment that I just put myself, like, down on the ground and I failed completely for everything. Like, and you don't really see it as failures, because I used to be like, oh my God, failures are horrible. You're going to be down and out. There's nothing else that you can do. But realistically, thinking about it, like, every failure that you've had is always something to give you something positive in return. Like, there's not anything in life that has happened to you and you've deadass just been like, oh, well, that's it. Shit out of luck for me. Like, that's what it is going to be. Like, too bad. Boo hoo hoo. Like, no, you deadass can do something and days later something good would come back to you. Because like you were supposed to take that L, you were supposed to fail, you weren't supposed to be in that relationship, you weren't supposed to be friends with that person no more, you weren't supposed to have that job anymore, you were supposed to move out of that apartment, you were supposed to do this, you were like, there's so much things that the universe is putting in for you that you're not seeing, because you can't just make a cake with just making a cake. You can't just put a cake in the oven and then be like, oh, done. Like, you got to go through the steps to be able to make that cake. You got to put the butter, the oil, the eggs, the powder, mix it up, do this, do that, wait the time. Like, not everything's going to happen when you want it to happen. And I definitely learned that the hard way multiple times with multiple things. And I really just be trying to teach myself, like, what do I want out of life? Like, not what this person wants, not what the next person wants. Because at the end of the day, when you are alone, that's all you have is your thoughts and yourself. Nobody else. Not mom, not dad, not siblings, not friends, not lovers, not best friends, not anything like that. Like, you're literally just alone thinking about what you want in life. And I always question myself, like, what does Kathy want in life? Like, what do I want to show for myself to be able to say, like, I'm content and I'm at peace with where I'm at in life? Like, that's always my questions that bring me back to what I am doing. Because I noticed, like, when I started the podcast, like, it was a lot. It was so much to learn. It was so much shit that I was doing. I was having meltdowns and crying and thinking that the world was going to be over and all this other great other stuff. But when I stopped taking it so hardly and personal about everything is when I honestly just started to blossom and like do what I wanted to do. I've been saying a no to a lot of shit, like just standing on my grounds and just understanding, like, I won't be played with this year. Like, this is the year that I'm like not joking around. I'm not playing. This ain't funny. This ain't a joke. Like, I want what's meant to be meant for me, and I want to manifest it on 1,000, bro. Like, I want to make sure that I put myself in positions better than anybody else can. Like, even though so many people are going to tell me no, so many people are not going to want to do my podcast, so many people are probably going to talk down on me, so many people are just going to say what they're going to say, but regardless, I know in my heart that I'm meant to do what I'm doing. And ain't nobody finna take my shine away, okay? Let me just tell you that right now. Because I think everybody has a purpose for what they want to do in life, and what you do with it is really up to you, and how you put yourself in positions and how you communicate with people and how you just are able to put yourself out there is how you're able to get more just balance in doing what you want, but also working as much as you can to be able to get more of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, with season 2 opening, like, I have so many great ideas, so much people that I want on my podcast, so many people I want to connect with, like, and it's just the beginning. I know a lot of people have started podcasts and they stop just because they feel like they're gonna fail, just because they feel like they'll never make it, just because they feel like, who's watching me? I don't give a fuck who's not watching me. I don't care who's watching me. No, I do care who's watching me. I mean, like, I don't care who's not watching me or who's not subscribing, because there's millions of other people that would want to watch me. There's people that want to support me and actually want to be there for me. So, like, if one person's hating, or 2, or a billion, or whatever the case is, I know that I'm doing good on this earth, and I know that I'm not being mean to nobody. I'm not harming nobody. I'm speaking from experiences, and I've always want people to understand that I've never meant to bash anybody or put anybody in lower positions or try to belittle anybody, because at the end of the day, my podcast is meant for everybody to experience or have those feelings of not being alone, of being able to just watch one of my videos and be like, yeah, bro, I get her. I get where she's coming from. Like, it's never no bad blood between nobody. It's never to call nobody out. It's never to be rude about anything, because at the end of the day, like, we are all just learning, loving, trying to accept each other, trying to understand faulties and mistakes, and trying to just work on things with each other and understanding where we're all coming from, because none of us are perfect. None of us have it easy. I mean, you might think in your head that somebody might have it easier than you, but, like, don't compare yourselves, because that's what the damage does for everybody, is just comparing yourself to other people or trying to have your one up or get your revenge or do this or go seek out somebody's business or do whatever you want. Like, for what? Like, we're literally all just doing what we need to do to be able to survive and be on this planet until it's our time to go. So for anybody to judge anybody or anybody say that they're better than anybody, like, go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror, buddy, and go see what that's about, because you can only really love yourself first and then be able to give that out to other people. Because if you're sitting here telling me like, oh yeah, so and so's doing this and they're trying to, like, what? Like, you can't go judge somebody when you're probably doing the same thing in another way. Like, you really can't. So I really want Out of My Mind to be a standpoint for like where I come from, Tampa, of course. I was born and raised here, literally, like, born and raised in Tampa General. Was raised in West Tampa. Like, I know the ins and outs of Tampa like the back of my damn hand. But I want my story to portray everybody else's story, or at least close to it, or at least have people be like, yeah, bro, like, even though I couldn't say it, like, she said it. Like, she said it for me. Like, even though a lot of people won't be honest and a lot of people won't be upfront about a lot of things, like, I just want to be that comfort place for a lot of people, because I know that on this earth, like, I'm meant to be a healer. Like, that's just what I am. Like, I can't help it. Like, even though I've tried and I've been so frustrated about it and I've talked down and I said rude things and mean things and hurtful things, like, I can just never put myself in those positions to feel like that again, because all this good karma that I've been getting recently, like, baby, we's popping our shit, okay? Oh, and the Oscars came out and the People's Choice Awards came out. I think the Tonys came out. I watch a lot of award shows, by the way, and if you haven't watched Succession, watch Succession. It's on HBO Max. That shit is good. I think Oppenheimer got some awards, but I'm honestly not sure. I'm pretty sure they did, because it was a good movie. I personally haven't watched it, but I'm planning on it. It's on my to-do list of things to watch. I heard that new Griselda show came out. I watched the other one, like the one in Spanish, because I don't know, that was the one that's how I first learned about Griselda Blanco, was through like a novela that my mom was watching at one point. So I watched. The new Adam Sandler movie came out on Netflix. I watched it the other day. It was kind of weird. Not his best Adam Sandler movie, in my opinion. Like, Adam Sandler has a lot of movies. Like, Uncut Gems was gold. And then the Hustlers movie, I think, was it Hustlers or Hustle? I think it was called Hustle. That movie was good too. But like, this new one he got out, it's a little weird. I mean, it's not weird because it talks about mental health and him like losing his mind. It's a great story behind it, but the way that it was told, I think it could have just been like totally different. Like, I get the background of it, like he's alone in space and then like he starts losing his shit, so he like sees a spider in space, but it's like super confusing. If you have Netflix and you've seen the Adam Sandler preview to watch it, it's 2 hours. It's not worth the 2 hours, honestly, but watch it, don't watch it. I'm just letting you know. Not one of Adam Sandler's best projects. I'm just gonna let that straight out. Oh yeah, I do want to talk about a lot of more pop culture moments. Vanessa Hudgens is pregnant with her new man. They just got married. That's pretty cool. That was announced at the Oscars. Lotto and Ice Spice been going back and forth, so that's pretty funny because Ice Spice. See, this is what I mean with one-sided beefs. Ice Spice thought that Lotto was dissing her when she wasn't. The girl drops a diss on Lotto. Come to find out, Lotto literally says it like, I wasn't even beefing with the girl. Like, my sister fucking put that on the truck. Like, it wasn't even anything like that. But like, to each their own, bruh. And then she drops Sunday Service. And listen, I loved Lotto since the Rap Game. When she was like 16, coming out of Atlanta with that one song where she was like driving in a pink car with her rims. Like, I've loved Lotto since the Rap Game. She won the Rap Game, by the way. But yeah, when she made that diss on this other girl too. Like, Lotto is not the girl to be played with, and I think y'all keep playing with her and y'all don't understand that she's not the one to be played with, bruh. I remember when people used to be like, why do you even listen to her? And I'm like, bro, just wait, bruh. She's gonna pop off and y'all gonna be so mad. And look at, years later, Lotto's literally fucking top billboards, fucking money in the bank, putting her sister onto business. Like, that's a winner right there, regardless of what it is. Drake, I literally made a Twitter. I hate to say it, but I deadass made a Twitter to be able to see it. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's just me because I was being nosy and you can't see it unless you had a Twitter. So I downloaded Twitter, made a Twitter like fast as hell. I don't use Twitter, so don't even ask me because I don't even know how to even use it. I'm like an old grandma. Like, I've never had Facebook and I've never had a Twitter. So I made Twitter. That shit was funny because when I made it, it was like, that's the first thing I just went looking for because, like, why wouldn't I look for that? I don't know. But confirmed. Third leg. Absolutely. Like, I was dying. Like, Drake's so sassy. Drake's a sassy ass man. Drake got good music though. Drake went on tour with 21. That was great. And J. Cole and Dirk. Like, gas, all these people. But yeah, that's what I want to bring to the season, is more talking about pop culture, more music, more guests, more things just to be able to feel like we're all in the same room together. Trying to update you guys on my life and what happens. I'm trying to go back out into, like, trying to let people in, guys wise, because that's not going good for me. But I don't really focus on dating or trying to get into a relationship right now because I don't really feel like that's, like, something I really need to be worried about, like, at all. Like, that's kind of my last thing on my list. Like, the very bottom, like, the lowest of the lows. Like, if it happens, it happens. But if it don't, baby, I am not crying about nobody, okay? Oh, and Money Baggio was seen with Denzel Washington. Like, that's pretty fucking cool. I think that was pretty gas. I've always loved Money Baggio too. I went to his concerts like twice. I saw him twice one year. Or like two, not in the same year, but I think I saw him like one year and then I saw him again. But yeah, I just want to give you guys content you guys deserve. Oh, I did get new books too. I got The Art of War by Sun Tzu. So I got that. I've been starting that. And then I got a fiction book because I normally never read fiction books, but it was good. It's called Careering by Daisy Buchanan. She's an award-winning author and broadcaster. She has TED Talks too. She has nonfiction books too. Okay, cool. But yeah, I got those two new books because literally I should get another bookshelf because shit, I shouldn't be scratching my new tattoo, but I keep doing that. But I have too many books. It's a crime. Arrest me. Because I keep going back to the bookstore and somebody needs to take my card away, and my debit card, and my car keys, because where are you going to find me? At a bookstore. Buying books for no damn reason. And books ain't cheap. Books like $20 a pop. So I need to cut off that for a little minute. Because I also collect Funko Pops. Which is a little crazy. It's my little weird obsession. Like, I'm a full-blown nerd, and that's what I want to get into most of the season, is just like my comic books, my vinyls, my Funko Pops. Like, my house looks like a retro store. It literally looks like somebody just shitted a whole bunch of retro shit in here and like dumped it and left it. And I just want to give that out to the world and showing you guys how like fucking fun it is to like live this life, because it is. Because like, I stopped caring about what people think of me and like what somebody says about me, and like I hang out who I want to hang out with. I do what I do. I pay my bills. I mind my business, and I go to work. So if somebody's talking about me, they literally just reach in. This is what the podcast is made for. It's made for everyone and everybody everywhere. I love saying that my podcast is rated E because it's for everyone everywhere. No matter who it is. Like, I don't even care if a little kid watches my stuff. Because you know why? I'm probably funny to that kid. So who cares? But yeah, I really just hope you guys enjoy season 2. I hope that I give you guys exactly what you're looking for. I hope you enjoy the guest episodes that I have. I have one coming soon. And I just want everybody to just be happy and do what they need to do and get your shit together. We're gonna keep saying that. Get your shit together. That's the motto forever. Get your shit together. Regardless if you feel like you got your shit together, get your shit together even more. Like, I just want everybody to show up and show out the way that they're supposed to. It's all love to whoever, wherever, what's going on. Because this heart is a heart of gold and it ain't going nowhere. Oh, by the way, I did get a camera, but fun fact, my mics don't connect to this camera because I bought an adapter for my phone when I first started doing this instead of the camera. So I'm working on that and I've been playing around with it. So I just been trying to like see what I want to do. I got my tripod for it, so we're all good. But yeah, I got a camera. It's cute. It's tiny like me. It does what it needs to do. I can flip this around. It's just a vibe. Just, ooh, did I turn it on? No. But I manhandle the shit out of this camera. Sometimes I'd be scared like I'm gonna like fucking drop it or something. But I'd be putting it in like fucking case. Jesus Christ, I can't talk. But I truly appreciate all of you for watching me, for giving season 1 so much love with all the guests that I had on it. I hope Out of My Mind does bring peace and love and happiness into wherever you're watching me at. And yeah, that's how I wanted to open up season 2. I don't know. We're in for a fucking whirlwind, people, let me tell you, okay? From guests to different locations to new moments to me being 22 and being in a new year, and just loving life and just being there and showing up for myself more than I've ever done in my life. So I hope you're doing that for yourself as well. I hope you're giving yourself as much love as you need. I hope you are showing up for yourself every single day that you wake up and you're on this earth. I wish nothing but the best for every single one of you watching, and I hope one day either you DM me that you want to be on the podcast and you get to be on here and tell your side of the story, whoever it is, or you can just chit chat with me because I'm a yapper. That's what I do. But thank you for watching Out of My Mind, the podcast. It's going to be a hell of a ride. I will buckle in if I were you, because I'm Kathy. I don't do shit like the normal way, like the regular, boring way. I like to put a little spice onto things most of the time. But please like and subscribe, share, follow, do all of that good stuff. Watch my next guest coming on very soon. And we're gonna take off this year. That's just what it is, and that's what is gonna happen. And we're gonna set my camera up, so this will probably be traded out, and I'll probably have my phone on me more. And yeah, thank you for watching, and